JC Malhotra is with us on the phone line. Sir, constitutionally speaking, exactly what are the scenarios, the possible scenarios that you see happening in Maharashtra, sir?
Well, the very likely scenario is that Eknath Shinde has revolted with sufficient number of MLAs, and if he joins BJP, the BJP can form the government. Shiv Sena, which was a Hindutva party, naturally has done damage to the party by joining non-hindutva parties, and therefore Eknath Shinde has a sufficient majority with him. If it is more than 2/3, and it is likely to be more than 2/3, then he can save them from anti-defection law as well. Therefore, I think the manner in which they are now in Guwahati, and it seems it's a sufficient majority, more than 2/3. If they join BJP, they can form the government, and soon, I think they might meet the governor and extend support to the BJP.
But Mr. Malhotra, the Uddhav Thackeray-led government might also now rely on the anti-defection law to quell the Shinde-led alliance and their rebel MLAs as well, because the 10th schedule of the constitution spells out the anti-defection law, as you yourself pointed out, saying that any group of lawmakers can leave a party and form another if at least 2/3 of the original party is in its favor.
That is right. This is what I said. Anti-defection law, if they are not able to garner 2/3 support, the anti-defection law will come into force and they'll all lose their membership. But if they are more than 2/3, as a group they can join another party, which is BJP. And therefore the anti-defection law might not apply if they have more than 2/3. This is what I said.
So, sir, what happens if all of those rebel MLAs put down their papers and they resign?
Beg your pardon?
So what happens then if all of those rebel MLAs resign, put down their papers?
Yes, this is what they did in Karnataka as well, in Madhya Pradesh as well. But then they do not need to resign. If they resign, in any case, the government might not go, because then the BJP will not be able to form the government. But why should they resign? Because they have to join BJP, only then the BJP and the breakaway group of Eknath Shinde can form the government. By resigning, they won't be helping formation of the new government.
And Mr. Malhotra, does this mean that there can be a possibility of a floor test that we have been witnessing in other states as well? Because according to sources, Eknath Shinde camp have also sought time the governor. What does this really mean?
Seeking time from the governor is to tell him that they would like to shift their support from Aghadi government to another government to be formed by BJP. So just telling the governor of their intention to break away and form the government, and tell them that they have more than 2/3 majority.
Right.